people who respect.
Yes, of course.
So it's a lot of mixed. There's a lot of mixed up ideas about that. But again, it's the ego getting in the way. And I think if you're truly in the deepest part of your heart, then there's no doubt who we are, and the animals just love that. They just love to see people there.
Well, of course, respect is about looking at. So I suppose when the person or the animal is seen,
Absolutely.
then they're going to feel good.
In my animal communication courses, I talk about that a lot.
Well, I think I'll have to do one of your animal communication courses one day, Michael.
Because a lot of women do my courses, and that because they love their animals and they love getting outside and they love nature. But when I ask them, how much of you does your horse receive, or how much of you get, not receive, how much of your dog, or they always say, well, I do everything. I feed the horse and I rug it and I brush it. And I say, no, how much of you does your horse get? Work on that over a 2-day period, and then they begin to realise how they've been just flipping over the surface and not really getting in there. Yeah.
Well, Michael, it seems to me that if we did things really well in this way, we'd end up being better human beings.
Well, we'd be doing or being how we're meant to be and doing what we're meant to do,
yes,
instead of making it up as we go along, which I do, and I've done for, I've had the big clinic and I've had the money and the yachts and the turbo Saabs, and and it's like that didn't do it, and I've reached a point where the only way to find it is to let everything go.
Yeah.
Everything I know. As soon as I think I know something, I get a bit scared about it. Because I know I don't.
and of course all the great religions and philosophies tell the same thing.
Yes.
About how to let go, that they don't often tell us just how it's done. But it seems to me that you're on the right there.
Well, thank you for that. And I don't know. I hope I am. And I just say to my students that, yes, I can understand that you don't know who you are, and I know that feeling, and I know that state, and then I say to them, well, just consider who you're not, and just start ticking it off.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So every time you think you're this, you're not. Every time I say to people I'm a veterinarian, and then I remember I'm not. I'm trained in it, but that's not who I am.
No, of course.
See, and then I go, oh, well, I'm a man. Well, I'm in a body, yeah, but that's not who I am.
Sure.
Man's body, tick that one off, and every time I have a thought which is rubbish, tick it off. And you start ticking it off, and then you get to see what a nonsense it is. So you can let it go. Yeah, catching yourself out.
Well, Michael, I think I'm definitely going to have to come and do one of your courses.
You'd be very welcome, Mary. I'd love it. Do one here.
We could
It's a beautiful
indeed.
property.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I'd love you to see what my trees are thinking too.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing. And if I'm meant to hear it, they'll connect with me. Like
yes, of course.
when my mum was, I was grieving. I was in a motel near the hospital where my mum was dying, and felt the trees reach out and put their arms around me,
gorgeous.
and it was I just knew everything was perfect. And it was fine. They just looked out my motel window. These trees reached in and hugged me,
Lovely.
and I knew I was okay. I was like, wow. I would not have known that was going to happen. When I needed support, it was there.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. So we see if the tree. I can tune in to things, but I sort of don't. I like to be asked.
Okay.
I like them to say yes.
You don't like to put your big foot in it.
Barge in there, no.
No, fair enough.
No, I don't like barging in.
Well, the thing is to throw your hat in first and see what sort of reception that gets. Some good hats, I think, Michael. Yes?
Yeah, thank you, yes. Yeah. And look, I'm sure look, you people have invited me down here, and I had no resistance in coming at all, and I'm sure it's all been created this way, and it's perfect, and why I'm here and why you're here and why the people are going to come to hear me speak will all come out in the end.
Yes, all the people that come are meant to come.
And we'll be here of service to nature and better, and so I just know all the right things will happen, and I just keep listening as best I can, and hopefully
that's beautiful, isn't
take
it?
the cues,
to really listen. You're a kind of, well, if you lived in medieval times, you might have been called a jongleur. You're a kind of travelling person in service who makes people feel good.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Michael,
the aim of it all.
Look, thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me, Mary.
It's been wonderful talking. And we'll see more of you, I know, in the future.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Good. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
I'm Mary Gabriel.